Alrighty, yep. All our sounds are on. Music's playing, the mic is on. Not done just a bit. It's allowed as on OBS? It does. Right. Anyway. What you got a chance? So we're back. Try that again. We're back. Been a week? It's been a week since I last streamed.
You'll bow down to your king.
You'll hear this.
Meowdy.
Meowdy. Meowdy, you 2 hours. Cheers for that. Oh, are we 15 months over here? Oh, 15 months. 15 months you've subbed to that shit. You've been putting up with me for a lot longer than that. How are you, Els? How's your week been treating you? Hopefully the fireworks aren't too bad where you are. They are horrendous at this bit. I'm hoping they don't get picked up too much, but it's bad. But yeah, it worked for a wee change. Very sleepy. Same. Like, I've been so tired. I've been getting plenty of sleep, but I'm like, Oh, shut man. Shut. Let them off last night, of course. Of course they were. They don't know it's tonight. I saw our neighbour across the road. Her brother-in-law turned up with just boxes and boxes of like the biggest fucking rockets. This guy's like average height. I don't know what average height is. 5'8", 5'9", whatever. The rockets came up to like here on him, and you're like, come on to fuck, man. No one needs that many rockets. No one needs them that big either. That's gonna be fun. They're starting off small. As I saw, because from my office you can see through and just see a bit of their back garden. They've started with the wee sprinkler things. Bye. Those rockets are gonna be big. They're gonna be loud. And I'm gonna shout myself. I stupidly tried to watch some telly before I came up and you're like, what's the point? Can you hear shit? But that's the way it is, unfortunately. My god. Wait guys. Hey, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna boot up the game. We have got some Paranormasight to play. If it loads. Steam's been acting really weird. It took an age just to get it to open. Oh. Oh. Something's happening. Something's happening. I mean, the sound's there. There it is. The way that kicked in there. Nice. Try to go out fair and at least enjoy the atmosphere. Oh, it'd be much better. Just have like a big old fair. None of this. Like, because I know there's a firework display at maybe Glasgow Green. Don't know if they still do that. But then it's like I'd rather like a fair atmosphere, like a fair thing, like all the stalls and all that kind of stuff. Usually like there's a couple of food vans. Everyone's pissed and it's just loud. And then it's a pain in the hole trying to get home and you're just like there's a couple of rides. Use that term loosely. It's the one that's like it's like a row of seats and it just kind of moves up and round like that and you're like cool. How about it, I suppose. Right, down with firework night, up with fairs, big markets. So in town, they're putting together the Christmas market. That's all coming together, and I know it's like it's 5th of November, but oh my god, this market. They've got the giant oversized bratwursts and the burgers and oh mate, and a lot of money there, and a lot of weight. I love a shout raise for saying that I haven't been a menace since your stomach issues. Oh here, that might sort them out. I might probably, but definitely won't after the good food. But they've always got a lot of the burgers are always like just random ones. They had boar one time. They had kangaroo. This is what they claim, right? They claim to have these. I'm pretty sure that it has to be what they're saying it is. Boar wasn't great. Kangaroo's quite nice actually. If it is kangaroo, I mean I'm a bit. What else did they have? I think a rabbit one at one point. It was a bit bland, but obviously, but the bratwursts are there. They're always good. The curry one, hate to see the curry bratwurst for the market, the Christmas market, always grand. And there's always a place that does a Christmas dinner, like just in a tray, or you can get a cup of just stuffing. That's it. Just station on your stuffing, just fill up in a big, actually it's like a medium-sized cup, but it's just fucking rammed gravy on top. Whoa. Why? Ostrich burger. I mean, they've had ostrich burgers. If they do have them, I'll keep an eye out and I'll report back. For you else, I'll let you know. Give you a message and be like, I see those ostrich burgers. I mean, they probably will be nice. Right, so we have 3 scenarios. We've done Shogo's, I think we did all the Shogos. Yep. So we done part. Oh, we done all the parts where the names are completely Yoko. Oh, Yoko. Aye, Yoko. Well, Yoko died. And then we had a route which was this route. Where we force her into attacks and just be like, you know what, just go him. And that ended up with Shogo dying. Then we did all that last week for it to be. And there's your prologue. We've got all of these people. Came across Haru. She was a curse bearer, and it had something to do with fire. So we had to chuck a lighter to stop like the fire demon. I suppose killing us. Tetsuo we spoke to very briefly. He is a detective working with your man here, Jun. Jun and Tetsuo were in the park investigating something. Didn't tell us what. Wouldn't tell us what, obviously. We don't know much about them, but it seems like Tetsuo's the... Oh, it could be both actually. Could be one or both that are the curse bearers. You did overhear them talking about it, so they do know about it. Richter was just standing on a bridge. Like, don't know anything about him other than he's a PI. Taro Namagaki. That is. Oh, there we go. That's the neighbours. The big fireworks. It was just standing on the bridge, like investigating. Don't know what he's investigating, but going by the scenarios, he knows Haru. It's like snowballs hitting the window. Excellent. Yeah, if that's the only one you can hear, then that's good because they're going off all over the place. But I'm hoping they just fire through them all. No neighbours got a niece, so I'm assuming that's why they're doing it. Or they just like loud noises. Could be both. Yeah, that's good. We can deal with that. So we've got dodgy bridge guy who knows. Why is their name not here? That's weird that like one of the people aren't here. Haru Shigima. So we know that Haru's son died. So she's doing all this to try and bring her son back. Yako Sakazaki, we briefly met, killed her straight away. Another one. There we go. She is trying to bring her pal back. I think her pal died unexpectedly. Dan, how you doing? Just in from hiking up Ben Emmy, and I'm buzzed with my ghostly goings on. We'll get you fed, Dan. We'll get you out and busting with ghost stuff. So just a quick brief of what we know. So Shogo completely did that. Dies in one. Yoko dies in the other. Haru, who we know is a curse bearer, we know whose son has died, so she's wanting to bring him back. Seems like it's connected to Bridgeman. But yeah, aye, well done. Well done on the hike. You got any more plans to do some more hill hiking? Actually, it's a bit more on the hill. A big hill. So detective, don't know if he's a curse bearer. We don't know if this detective's a curse bearer, but we know that they know. But we know that they know about all that stuff because they were talking about it. Yako knows because she's trying to bring a pal back. We got Shogo to kill her. Actually, we got Shogo to kill Haru as well. Didn't get to do much with him. So what I'm gonna do, we'll just do it in order, and we'll go for Haru first. Severely underestimated, but you did it though. See, you did it, so you'll know how to properly train for the next one. Or you look up other ones and see what's less than that. So if you can do that one, then any shorter ones, like, smash it. And then when you do those shorter ones, or shorter and smaller, you know what I mean, smaller ones, you'll be like, I can take on that one that's bigger than that, and you'll smash it. It's like Elder's like, have a big rest, and I'm like, no, you train for the next ones. Train for the next one. Less steep, that's it. Less steep, that's the word. Shorter. You know what I mean? Less wet. Scotland won it. Scotland. You know what? Jump up the Campsies. That's an easy one, I think. Everybody does the Campsies. Yeah. Right, some nice rocks and flowers. Nice. We have to post some pictures so we can see. I think that's fine. That's not too close. That's fine. Do like a good rock. Do like a good rock. It's one of those things you just look at and you're like, that's a fucking nice big stone in it. Have that in the mantelpiece. I thought you were going to get into flower pressing, you're almost 30s. Not wrong with that. And flower pressing, as I've seen before, looks very nice. Be a nice thing again, eh? Especially if you have a kind of little, like, I'm pretty sure they must sell like a proper kind of like display books for that kind of thing. You have a nice wee collection. That'd be really nice. I'm gonna post after getting them clean. Good. See, Els gets it. Els fully gets it. Nice way to save a lovely flower. You wouldn't find a lot of flowers up there. You wouldn't find in here. Hold on. Oh, it's enables. I can just see everything. Some flash in the corner of my eye. Aye, there's plenty of flowers you'll find up there. You wouldn't find down here, like ground level, or in the shops. Right. So we know this scene here is a private investigator. Actually, I don't even need to guess. It tells me. It tells me right here. Really on its end. Best rock you've ever brought home. It was a lovely round one. It looks like a bouncy ball. That's the best one. See when you get like just a natural stone and it's just smooth. Shit, man. Best one I ever had was like, it was quite flat, but it was oval. And it was just, oh, so smooth. And you're like, this is like not like a really good skipping stone, but you're like, oh, I don't want to be chucking that. I'm keeping hold of that. Nice. Don't have to. It's a bounce. Might. It might that, you don't. Maybe it was actually a bouncy ball. I don't know. Rounded by a no bounce. Right. So it was tested just to make sure it wasn't actually like a bouncy ball that was in the river. It looks like it could. As long as it looks like it could. As long as it looks the part. That's it. That's half the battle. I'm saying that half the battle is never going to bounce. But, you know what I mean? Hello, Mon. How has it gone, pal? Ready for an early sleep? Can't miss out on some positive vibes. Some positive vibes. What we're all about in here. I hope that long, horrendous meeting was okay, Monica. You're all settled. But yeah, we're talking about our favourite rocks. Dan's going to get into flower pressing, which we're all for. We all like a nice flower in here. Ugh. Right. Get used to this bloody chair, man. Right. Okay. Man, do you have a good rock? See? Yeah, rock, best thing ever. See, we're all just same wavelength here, man. Right. Just this again. I'm being very. Oh, I'm annoying myself. Right. Not Dreams, Haru Shigima. Right, so Haru was the one that's got. I can't remember what type of curse thing. Tell me. Files. Curses. Nope, I think we only know about Whispering Canal. Right. I know it's something to do with fire. I know that at least. round river ones, peak rocks to paint on. Okay, see, Els was saying, the perfect round rock. Next stream's just showing off rock collection. See, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna have to go out more. I just go further than my house for a change. We'll get some nice rocks. Maybe we'll have a wander about the botanics. There'll be river running through it, so you can find some nice stones. A bunch of penguins said we love. Here, there's no other way you can say that, man. That is like the biggest compliment. That's not an insult at all. We all wish we could be penguins. Maybe the ones in Edinburgh Zoo get to go on a wee march, maybe. Because then there's no, you know, orcas or polar bears there. Anyway. Doing this before Monica falls asleep, we need to get some ghosty stuff on the go for her. Well, for all these. But Monica is about to go to sleep. Some penguins steal rocks from other little gremlins. Ah, that's not us, right? That's not us. We're the good kind. Always share the rocks amongst everyone. Friend is into quartz and stuff, so I was grabbing them some bits. But then there was loads of really shiny ore. Very bright. That could be good. Good, nice wee bit of silver, nice wee bit of gold. Shine up that shelf a little bit. Love it. Right. Haru Shigima. When the son of Haru Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haru has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. See if I won like a penny. Killing the silver robot and I'm stressed. Nice. Hey, those who mock fires. What? Something perishing flame. Fires both. Fires something. Feel like a comfort rock. I don't have a rock. I have a wee, it's like a wee koala bear. Hold on. Like a wee koala. Still in the bag because I'm so worried it's going to get manky. But it's a wee squishy thing. Fury. Oh, that's a... You know what? Fury makes sense. Fury makes perfect sense. How you doing, Skybreak? Kill them. Kill them all. I wonder how if I can keep that voice up. The flame bearers. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone that the haunting clappers. Anyway, you can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device on their persons. Did you know that? On that for sure. Press use the curse button to set your target alight. Excellent, got a lot of flame ons then. So, got Haru who has the clap, and we're going to set some folk on fire. The haunting clappers, an enduring superstition. As the evening bell rings in Richo, near present-day Shimoko Bridge, killing smoke. Every smoker, just off you go. Yeah, that's where the PI was, on the bridge. Night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again, but no matter how hard he searches for the source of this second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. Cursed power kills by burning one who's in possession of fire starting device. A resentful memory. Red, red, red. Everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot. So hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right. Huh. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. Got to do it louder. Clack, clack. I wish I had something that made a clacking noise. But I don't think I do. What a lid, that's wooden, but I don't have anything else that can make noise. Well, that's a plastic thing, so that doesn't actually show up in show up because I mic setting doesn't know. Anyway, start out the clap and end up that. So yeah, clap will get you. You least expect it. Mother's impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Right, anybody? No. Kill. I don't know who that is. Can you hear it cuss better? You so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Kill them all. You can't hear that. Anyway. Haru Shigema, 12 AM. Shigema Mansion reception room. Mansion. Back with me, ma'am. Oh, I was about to do the Benoit Blanc voice. Do you know what? Fuck it. Just he's got the same voice as narrator. Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to put you in a good mood. I don't know what the fuck my voice is doing here. Might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams. Housewife. Cool. Haru was a housewife who resides in the manor near Shimoko Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading the aggrieved Haru to call in the services of private investigator Richter Kai to uncover the truth. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution. That's nice, say that. Meiji? Thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haru's father sits in the upper echelons, never know how to say that, of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted in the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritises work above all else, it wasn't long before Haru's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she is isolated from her neighbours and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haru a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Haru spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured the relationship. A few months ago, Haru's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home. Haru left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who's been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haru has nothing but time on her hands. You get a hobby, Haru. I say that, she's lost away. No, not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. Oh, yeah. Fax machine, it can send images to other places along the telephone network. Don't know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. An old hanging scroll. Don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Been talking about flowers. Stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he doesn't want to listen to music often. Oh. Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? She made me jump. Just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. Put it up just before, well, you know what happened. Still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. Why can't I make it? Oh, I see it. Chicken face. It's head honcho from way back in set 1. This is a real collector's item. Don't tell me you've never heard of the mockingbirds. They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. Oh, the little jacket, see it. Never heard of them, but it certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough, they won everybody's hearts. Story goes that they were made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next, or basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places, this is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. Ooh, collect your first Mockingbird sticker. Nice. We got Mitchell's telly. Well, television father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered somewhere enough click past it. But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Quick, let's see these gadgets. It's not remote control. We've had it for a long time. Skip by the exact same bit again. You know what? It's not important. Private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. That he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Otis City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. After talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like a reliable sort. Second man, Shogoki ran out of the Honji Bridge. Richter is actually a PI with an office in Otis City, Tokyo. After taking on a request from Haru Shigima to investigate the unsolved kidnapping and murder of her son, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite of resurrection. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help those in need and quit the force to start his own PI firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. Evening, Sai. How's it going? How he is still in business is a mystery. Some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studies alongside... keep afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective Jun Ario at the police academy, who we will be coming to at some point. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine, in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in the previous case. Planning on being here at 7, but was playing UFO 50. Sure. That's perfectly acceptable, Si. Perfectly acceptable. Yeah. Let's just read through all that. Right. Think. Still racing. Is it my chance at long last? Is that it? Yup. Let me bring you up to speed. We're in a little chat when you suddenly started spacing out, and the whole time you were grinning yourself like you just won the lottery. That's not even what I said. Can you tell me what it was all about? Well, what is that? Interesting. Very interesting. So the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Never got that right. Yep. All real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. There it. Oh, I didn't look down last time. I saw that cursed stone appear in your hand myself. Like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. Oh. Maheen, how's it going, pal? You know, well, how are things? I don't think you quite understand. It isn't about evidence. It isn't about belief. More than that. You know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before he even said a word. Not overly. It does a couple of like kinda jump scary bits, but it's mostly just loud music. But I wouldn't say it was overly scary. Like slightly unsettling, maybe. You're not a big fan of the horror games then, Maheen? It was already in my head as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched into my soul, along with the cursed echo's resentful memories. I can feel it. It was like dying like they did hundreds of years ago, wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens, as my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. Asking, is that spice? Depends on what you can take. Yeah, aye. I hate horror on my own, but love watching people stream horror. I mean, we're all in this together, right? There was one kind of jump scare, but it wasn't that bad. I feel like it's kind of obvious when it's about to appear. So if it starts to feel a bit, like I'm not doing a bit, but we got you, Maheen. Don't worry. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. Let's see. There's not much sound. There was just fire there. I'll up a bit. The only really thing is there's like a very slight clock. We need to wait for some music to kick in before we can properly figure it out. Could be a problem. Think so. What I know with you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. Stronger desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment, remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That may be a good idea. Right. We've got some music. How is the levels now? Heart still racing. Back to top. Done. We've done everything. Stereo, sticker, telly. Oh, guest table. The guest table. Don't know where Father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. Fair enough. Look, the swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Usually it's just me. No, it was... I thought there was music all the time, but it was just kind of flame noises, but this is the first time we've had music since the title screen. That's what you had before, ma'am. Look into your son's kidnapping last year to uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema. Oh yes, I remember. Never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I'm turning over every last stone and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So he said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember, you were just about to tell me. Kidnapping and murder case that took place in the Honjo Sumida around 1 year ago. Haru Shigima's son, Suichi, aged 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school, with the ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigema family were closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. Kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haru reached a breaking point. Filled by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. Oh shite, man. Oh shite. Oh wait. Not that one. There we go. Shuichi. Son of Haru Shikima, who was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother Haru amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age. We started with Haru. So we had Haru's, Tetsuo, and I can't remember her name. The last that we saw at the school. Those are the only 3 options, so we're just kind of doing them in order, so we're top to bottom. So we started off with Haru. She's with Richter. That was the first thing we had, Haru's, and then the first we display window was showing Richter. So it'll just methodically. Do it methodically. Still figuring exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, then we can make a decision. Oh. That was a close one. Very close one. I suppose not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover. Oh, wrong person. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. Police trace the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, northern Ryoko River, here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area, right? In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from. It was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, and Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Ryoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at the house, it's likely he was abducted by a car on a route home. Maybe, but exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. Never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. Right, I was very firm about that. I know he understood too. I even saw him warning the other children. Possible they forced him into the car. The only issue there is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. Can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. Nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Was it an inside job? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? Police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided the kidnapper must have just gotten lucky. I don't fucking believe that for a second. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? It just seems very like the fact the police covered it up, and I don't think it's just because of negligence. He'd never managed to convince Suichi to get in the car, but hell, the only thing that makes sense to me If there was somebody he would have a reason to trust. What did I say? What did I say? Teacher, perhaps or a relative or somebody else that you knew. All of the adults Suichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? Well, that would explain why they didn't find them suspicious. Shikima family has close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. Surely that couldn't have... Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. Sort of the point after all, the men would be a visible deterrent against crime. That would be the perfect thing to dress up as then. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. Must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? Someone like that say they were lost and asked him for directions. Would he have gotten into a car? Oh, he may have. Snow told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. Certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. You think the culprit was a young woman? Where was a man's voice on the phone? Might have been an accomplice. Maybe she didn't realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. I mean, I think you'd know, surely. If you were asked, can you pick up this Wayne? And then it appears in the news. Right, listen, you're here. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See what I said about people's biases? That goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking you questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. You mean he saw him? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. Turned out he wanted something from me. We asked if we could talk in private. Plot is thickening. Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. No one around, we can speak in confidence. What was your name again? Jonoichi. Got it. Well, Jonoichi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shikino's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life's in danger. I need your help. It'll excuse me if I call me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who's trying to kill you? She didn't call me. She was Shirahashi. Whoa. Okay, that was really close. Shirishi. Interesting. Cool girl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's the murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shirashi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shikima. Come again. I saw her talk to him in the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it, or at least she's got something to do with it. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Just trying to mix it up. Rather than my usual monotone Just to make it a bit more interesting. I hope that's working. Well, I don't need to tell anybody. Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. Tell me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life. You've been sitting on it all this time. Sitting on that all this time. Maybe she's coming for you now. You spilled the beans. Yes, that's exactly. I'm begging you, don't look at me. Arrest her, I'm telling you. She's a demon. Well, I seem to believe what you're saying. It just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? That's not the same schoolgirl that's the cosplayer, is it? You know what she can do? She'll cuss me. Oh, maybe. As in, curse you. I'm sorry. But you're losing me here. That's true. Her house, it's... forget it. Why did I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey. And that's about the long and short of it. Do you believe it? At the time, I thought his mention of curse was just crazy talk. I'm starting to see there might have been more to it. If we can just find that girl. Curse or no curse. She was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping. There's a good chance she knows something. Top of that, Dix, I'm digging on the man I spoke to. Full name's Koi Junoichi. He's a teacher who come back at a high school here in Samita. Teacher? Then the school, one of the students. I think that's very likely. Oh, nice to be chat with you, Ma. And how's Mama Els doing? Doing good? Alas, we've got a lead. Hopefully it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Oh, that. Cool. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what. Why don't I tell you what I found, then we can make a decision. The Rite of Resurrection, huh? Read about that in a cult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. They say that the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me that. I felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I'd hope, real hope for the first time. Ever since that awful day I wondered if I hadn't sent him to school. She's grand. Oh, she has mozzarella sticks. Right. She was given. I was close with a has. She was. She was. Mama Els is the mozzarella stick. Yeah, I mean, just the Els just holding the mozzarella stick. Like, Ma, how you doing, Ma? Talk to me, Ma. Like, Elsma's been cussed and has been changed into a mozzarella stick. Didn't last long as she was cheese. No dog about it. Dog would be like, I mean, maybe have a split second of maybe I shouldn't, and just go, nah, it's cheese, man. Cheese. It's just paid the ransom. Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. Can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. I know that won't help any grief is funny like that. Be no hesitation for Douglas. See, I knew it. I've never met the dog. The dog. I met the dog. I met dog. I'm pretty sure I know how he thinks. I'm guessing that's why you're after the ride. Because I don't need to ask, it's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, I cannot lie. This ride is a real deal. Using it doesn't mean killing someone. Stealing their soul. She looks like she gives a shit. That a problem? Not careful when giving them treats. Is a little nibble of a finger. So I see. Just gonna be like, do you know what? If it's in reach, it's fair game. You know what to do with that hand. You know what to pull away. You don't. That dog problem. Comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stab you. Bull- Bullshit. Bullshit, well. When I was playing Shogo, did he stop her? Did he fuck? Shame, huh? That's all. So if I'm going to be competing with other cost bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. No malice, only hunger. If there was malice, like a fair few of you would be missing fingers by now. You realise you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? Like exactly how can he stop? Like how is he going to know? He's just standing there. But that's the thing. Like I can't remember if this was explained. See if you're not a cosplayer, you can't see anything. Like kind of like he wouldn't see that like kind of fire demon appearing. But no, you need to have a cursed stone to be able to see it. He's a thought police guy. Proper 1984 here. I think I know you're thinking about it. That's enough. Enough, Harry. I'm taking you in. That would make sense. Can't really test the theory because everybody we're going to be playing as is a cosplayer. So let's just assume. Did I read this? Don't you see an issue with that? Nope. I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear oh dear. What have I gotten myself into? Deep shit is what it is. Makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood in your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill other cussbearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be part of the murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. That's a shame. Realize you were so stubborn. Let me say though, not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. Well, that was a quick one, eh? Probably offer herself to bring her back a child. Maybe it seems like she wants to go down the route of killing people first, and then maybe because we don't know how to bring someone back yet. Because all we know is we need to fill the stone. That's as far as we've got. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? That was all you're after, then I can lend you my services guilt-free. The other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. This is no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? I will void a contract, ma'am. Warn you now. My. I don't know what to do. Oh, so we're going to do this last and then go through this. But we'll go any further. Why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The haunted clappers, was it? That's one of them 7 mysteries of Hanjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. Sure, I remember hearing that. At least my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Hanjo. First move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come to you first. You'll need to be ready. Curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. Sounds sensible. Still think the same thing? Yup. If I remember correctly. The haunted clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. On their person, so if like they're holding a candle, but then it wouldn't work if they're standing near like a fire lantern, maybe. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. Yes, it punishes those who don't need warning. Seems like a good curse to have. Simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. Real think it's that good. Like I can't do much to throw it off, and there's a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on ladders too. Slip one in your target's pocket. Oof, she could just give something later. Just be like, hold that a second, then off you go. Say that condition already fulfilled before they even knew you were there. Wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I wouldn't actually have to use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work. Without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse and back out at last second. Last second? Just an idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. Aye. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. Not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. I mean, fail. Fail. You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just the curse. You flatter. About this. What we do next? First of all, things should stay indoors. Trying to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Right then, if that's what you want me working on. Uh, let's investigate the kidnap. Mainly, I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. My command, ma'am. Focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping. Although, something just occurred to me. Can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for the other cuss bearers? Alright, I see how it is. Well, I'll be happy to help. Odds are good that other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill in the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So what's settled then? I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. Once the city wakes up, I can start asking questions. I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shirishi as part of the bargain. Thank you, that's more than enough. Now then. Should get to work. Not so much time before sunrise. Or if I find anything new, stay here and keep a lookout. Alright. No telling what kinds of curses you might find out in the street tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. I'll try to be ready for anything. I will. That's all I should be going. Catch you, Rector. Nice thought. Let's just continue as we have. Despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers, Haru Shigema is determined to use the rite of resurrection by stealing the remaining curse stones. Instruct our private investigator Richter to find the other curse bearers. The mansion reception room at 1 AM. Ever since Richter left, he wants to call me if anything happened, but he hasn't. All I can do is wait and wait. Old hanging scroll. I've seen it too often to feel anything from it now. The flowers put me at ease just a little. Got a record on? It's too late for that. Not in the mood for music anyway. Oh, gonna look like that once. Nothing on at this hour. See no point in turning it on. It can seem so loud. It just goes to show how quiet it is. Fax machine. Rarely find a use for it. Don't know anybody else who owns one. Wait for it to contact me, but he hasn't. This a newspaper? Falling off the chair. It's a newspaper. I do like those old tellies. A pure pain in the arse if they don't come with a remote, but they look good. I'm only even here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Not like I've anything better to do. The city's biggest problem right now is pollution. Remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted? The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it'd make my eyes water. Eventually people started getting sick and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. All sort of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. About 220 to 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. Modern tellies are obviously more practical, but those are like nice furniture. It's like a proper focal point. Like I don't like the practical TVs that take up obviously less space. I just having that there is just nice. The big chunky tellies look good. The dollar's down from its height and people are saying it could fall further. No denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. Culture! Dropped one chip on the floor and then Doug is searching for more. See, he's smart. He's smart as well, Doug. But he's like, there's one there. I don't want to risk no looking and I find out later. See who's picking one up. I'll get it now. Don't you worry, Els. I'll clear the floor. He's smart for yeah. And most dogs aren't. They see when it comes to food, they are switched on. Everything else, not so much. Now there's more spending money to go around. People are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. Seems only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into your television. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. I cannot fucking wait for tonight to be over, man. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. Now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Done. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. You gotta work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. More people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce though. New generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. My boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It only reminds me of him. Oh, we've got like multiplying. If there's one thing Honjo never once thought, it's horrific. Never once thought it's horrific crimes. I found the police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. Not reading the news anymore, not since last year. In fact, bad memories. Suicide at a local high school. I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But this can't be right. Her name. Chio Shiraishi from Komagata High School. The lead. Man. Everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. Like now then. The city centre's going to be nothing but apartments before long. Exactly a businesswoman, so all this feels like another world to me. I hear a new big thing is a mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. What was it Richter was talking about? Prince seems to have such short shelf lives now. How quickly the times are changing. I'm just too old to keep up with it anymore. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern world views. The generation will only fall further behind. Don't watch much TV. It feels like as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. Father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. Glad about that. Less fuss. Now the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. All these paranormal specials. Done with the paper. Chio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed suicide last week. That means Mr. Jonouchi was terrified of someone who already died. Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. What do you call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? Got to contact me, but it hasn't. Made sure the receiver is on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls. Must be him. Answer it. Hello, Shigema residence. 2 AM. A long phone call. Komagata Bridge. This is where the hanging one was. I didn't mean to click on that. Wanted to look up. That was the one. The foot washing mansion. That's the one he's got. Real Goku Bridge. Never mind. Not here. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny. I was just thinking the same thing. Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. About the bridge. Anything else? Oh, the river. Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night, when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Sumida River, what you Hanjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you, I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right, who'd have guessed? Richter, has anyone ever told you like one of the game rooms? This is where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been. How old he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I'm here every day since then. And I pray to the river to give him back. Give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, olden times, people believe rivers mark where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. Associated the far side of the river with the afterlife, that same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there until took rot, aye, Gujin. Then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Mareki. Just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. This is all Honjo, it's not just just this section. And it turned from farmland into a town. People surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. And those to prevent flooding, well, I was told. They were. That's not all of before. Other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, that had leaking through the R side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. If I have this right, you're saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. Why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else. Sure of it. It's probably why the seven mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now, right over the water. Border between life and death. If there was ever a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. Funny you mentioned praying to the river. Might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Aloud, ma'am. That's a nice thought. Class A river. Nice. I'm not done with this. That's right. One more memory I have of this river. Mind if I tell you? Go ahead. Must have been about 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Samida River was much filthier than it is now. Full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. One day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. What? Almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognisable? And although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have had an identifiable scar, and that they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Najima murders? You have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assumed you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I'm not really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Curious case from over 2 decades ago involved the murder of a female high school student. First came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Samida River. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. Did you sever a hand accidentally? Anyway. A large-scale search of the river was organised, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Samida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. It caused a stir among the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until the unrelated individual came to its attention. During a question about a separate incident, Fumichika Najima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Najima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target and seen her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inwards slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Najima dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Samida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Najima readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears saying, "I don't know what came over me. I knew it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his methods strongly suggests he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Najima was sentenced to life in prison at its first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. Oh, lovely. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. Sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already. One more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Well, the killer's thinking, I suppose. Things were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. No one seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. See, back then, chopped the body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river. It would rot, quickly and discreetly, sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. You're saying what I think you're saying. Arrested him shortly after. Umechika Najima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. People began to wonder how many other girls he murdered in the same way. Police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. The river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? The same thoughts spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, the river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. All that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Najima murders. How could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. Police actually wrote me a thank you letter. A fucking thank you letter. Said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Najima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Oh. Guess it just wasn't that killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me. I mean, okay. That was the last thing I would be doing right now. My only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away. Well, got some more Samida River talk. Samida River. Nothing but awful memories of it. Now we're done with Samida River. Gaze into the water. You go first. Please go ahead. Alright then. Walking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. Nothing. I found a few candidates. Yoko must be one of them. First, tall man ran into in Kinshibori Park. Asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but turned the question right back around on me. He was out there the second he figured I wasn't who he was looking for. What's that? Since curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. That was Yogo's blockmate, wasn't it? And there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Waragatsugi Street. No question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. A nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs a bit. Make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and a woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. Now the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. Told him I didn't know what he was talking about. He backpedaled and left. Like they lurk around there often. Looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Well, it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Right, she was just kind of there and she didn't really do it. What did she say last time? She's just watching. Gathering soul dregs in the group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. With things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. The god brass though, don't know what the deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. Is it involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in the local park a few days ago, so I might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Maybe it was a curse that did the guy in. If they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's gotta be up. Where'd you know where they're from? Let's just say when you're in this business, there are some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. I think all of them so little time. They really did hire the best. All in the name, ma'am. Richter Carr, P.I. Oh, wait. Made that Richter Carr, investigator extraordinaire. Aye, an investigator extraordinaire. That way you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, a middle-aged man and a young couple sound the most promising, alright? Whichever we pick, still too early to make a move. Seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. I was thinking Richter Kai's PI is better. If you make it a rhyme, you're more than likely to remember, or just people are more likely to remember it. Richter Kai, investigator extraordinaire. That's too many words, too mouthy. Plus, there's still others we don't know about, that we hang fire and see how things play out. More bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. Once it's boiling, a chance will come. And that's the last thing. That's the last thing what we've done. What do I need to tell you? What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shirishi, the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping. So, well, she's dead. She's what? Shouldn't have committed suicide last week? That was her. Heard something like that happen. Never got the name though. Well, bad luck. Finally got a lead, only find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death is the whole reason Jonoichi was so shaken up. That she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? Seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having something to do with Miss Shirishi's death. Why he's so scared of being cursed by her. Let's see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more a theory. Gotta take a guess. Okay, I can guess. Let's see for certain, but balance mix. Black. Oh. What if Michio Shirishi silenced Mr. Jonoichi with blackmail? What do you think? Interesting. That's what he claimed was going on, but I wonder about that. Might be a little bit far-fetched. Sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective. Really? Well, no point dwelling on speculation. Truth will out in no time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonoichi. I'm wrong. Not really. It struck me it's been 20 years since the Najima murders. What has? Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. Prison is for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, especially know so much. Kind of his job. Still, it's hard for some of the criminal record to reintegrate in society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently. Matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh really? Keep an eye on them, of course. Make them report in for regular checkups. But avoid discrimination to keep the inmates' record a secret from everyone but their employers. You can give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. Aye. The way you put it. I guess the infamous Najima could be out on parole right now. In society under a new name, nobody any the wiser. Possible. That happens, a little bird told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Najima. Our discussions just now did bring it to mind. Let's see. Unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. Passed in Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. Janitor, I think? Could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Najima. Oh. Looks a little different after 20 years. Well, you would. I should have done that I remember too. I told myself I was just seeing things. Perhaps. Perhaps it was him after all. Hell. So, what's next? The question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, Samita River is a good distance from the Seven Mysteries. Unlikely though the curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. Let's see. Alright. You cannot currently progress any further once your situation has changed. Like resume, try again. Okay. Fair enough. I thought we'd be able to just do the whole thing. I didn't realise we're going to be jumping in between. Right, let's go for Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Crime scene investigation. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate, Jun Kiryu. Oh, right, okay. Right, that's me just clicking. I was like, oh, I don't know what the rest of them are doing because we haven't progressed other stories so far. Right. Yeah. What? Yeah. Hey, boss, forensics is all done. Crime scene is clean. Other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. Well, should be able to back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. The mouse. I don't even know what voice to do for this guy. Never get many visitors after everything's happened. You'd be surprised, lots of people love that kind of thing. They're lining up to get in. All stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but ghosts really did exist. We could just ask them who the pet was. Somehow it would be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard the high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days. Oh, it's the Doc Lips. Supposedly you can call in spirits and talk to them by using the board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? Try it yourself if you're so interested. Hey, it's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? Oh, what now? Stop messing around. You really think we're going to solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? I don't know. I love it though. It's just it's so aye. It doesn't even make sense for what they're saying either. Like aye. Good though. Alice made it as one choice and implemented just overused it. Aye, like maybe like just as a wee joke. It's all just we dot clips for a wee laugh, and somebody's like, get it in. Every third or fourth scene, I want the lips. Yep, there we are again. Sounds like you know all about it. Gotta be open-minded. What if that's how police work? What if that's how police work's going to be from now on? Make me laugh. Spirit boards, we know about Ouija boards. Listen up, Ariel. Fuck's sake. Oh, Ariel, man, really. And go blame the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever did it. Whoever or whatever it was that did this, I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you've got to get you got the right attitude, but you don't know if this is a murder yet. Bias is weak in our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing, you stop seeing everything else. Aye, aye, boss. So, now we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Oh, he's doing the mouse. He's doing the mouse. No. Getting late. I go head straight home from here. We've got all the info we've gathered. What better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? It must be really in this occult stuff if you get off and being in a place like this. Wait, you mean something like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, no, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Ugh, fine. Get this over with. Aye, aye, boss. A bad feeling about this case. My gut is really wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we dragged into it. Almost to the gardens here in the Yokohama Ecom, as I pronounced that. Originally built as part of the daimyo's estate back in Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. I think that was all... Oh, the pond. This pond. See, it used to flow into the Samida River. The river became so polluted that they cut it off. Jun Ario, detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. Looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realised he was dead. There were no obvious external wounds. The fact that he was a police officer and evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer. We were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether this was foul play involved. Whether there was foul play involved. I think that's about some things up. But, boss? Yeah. Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, Dynamite died, so it's important to me, but... All up to the higher-ups. Sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? All become clear in time. Trying to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? We're sharp sometimes, you know that. If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially when involving an officer. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi, of the Juvenile Division of the Samida City Council Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. Excuse me. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Flashbacks. Yes, we were in the academy together. We went out for drinks together every month or two. A little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. Man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of a class. The only problem was that he took on so much, he had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we needed an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Community safety officer. Hajime was a police officer with the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile education cases. Held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Jun Iro. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanour suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal and caring man at heart, looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée who had been dating since high school. Yep. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of our classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. I mean, I can see it. I can see the name, but... Mikey, how you doing, pal? That's not what we'll do. How was Code Veronica? You want to collaborate again? I mean... I see. I don't, you know, honestly, I don't actually know what the collaborate is. Kashi, how's it going, pal? The loveliest Kashi, how are you? You got past that part of the soft lock thing? Nice. How far through are you then? I'm proud of you, pal. Proud of you. You're waiting for my frozen pizza. What kind of pizza is it, Kashi? And why are you waiting so late to have your fucking dinner? I keep fucking telling you. Just at the Antarctic base. How's Paranorman going? Paranorman going good. We did our first new part. Names are escaping me. Haru, we did part of Haru Shigima's thing, so Haru's the one whose son has died, or was kidnapped and killed a year ago. Hired a private investigator who's going to look for the other curse bearers because she's going to use this to resurrect her son. You cancelled the request to join, Mikey. Rude. Rude. But we could only progress so far because we could only really investigate a few of the curse bearers. The other ones are actual playable characters, so that's what we are just now. We're looking at this one, Tsutsumi and Jun. Speaking of doing a luck, wait, you get dinner. Mikey, God man, 29. Get your dinner. You go luck, get your dinner. Thank you so much for the raid. I massively appreciate you, pal. You know that. You know that. Enjoy your dinner. Right, so we got the duck lips. Hope everyone's ready for a mass amount of duck lips and the occasional fucking firework. There we are. Got some more. Anyway, it's good to know putting up with this every fucking year. Anyway. People, fucking fireworks. And Mikey fucking leaving. Coming in, raiding here, and fucking off. Probably actually stop banging the desk. There's one weirder than you. About the victim. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school apparently. Ended up with the police a lot. Said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. That's a good story. I love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honour. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honour. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. Oh aye, this investigation, somebody's killed their colleague, so we've been asked to investigate. Erio and Tsutsune, is that his name? Didn't skip that. Tsutsumi have been asked to investigate. You say it like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how the investigation goes. Pizza's done! Yes! Kashi, get that pizza sliced up. Sit down, get your feet up. relax, and listen to my god-awful voices as I get through this game. I don't have to see it. Ariel, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? Ready to nom! Did you say what kind of pizza it was? I was distracted watching the chaos outside we went to buy it. Making gumbo for ages, but it's just simmering now. What is it while you're having dinner pure late? I get to like 6 o'clock and I'm like, I need to eat. I couldn't wait this long to eat dinner. Unless I was like pure zoned in a game or something, or a really good book. But well, okay, Dan, you've got an excuse. Cashy, like Dan's here with the excuse. Hill walking, you know, reasonable excuse. What have you been doing? Have you been hill walking, Cashy? Walking well. Well, Cashy, I will only accept that you were up that hill with Dan, and if you weren't, then you know what? I don't want to hear it. I don't actually want to hear it. Walk to the park, went up the hill to watch fireworks. Next excuse, Cashy. You know, one thing I've never had is gumbo. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I've never made it. I've never actually been anywhere that sells it. Want to get pizza? Then explore farm foods. Farm foods is good. It's what was it? Just standard vegan magnums? Cause see the blueberry crunch ones. Oh man, the vegan blueberry crunch magnums, grand. Like stew, particularly making the sauce and broth. I like a good stew. Stew in ages, man. Everyone coming in like half an hour. Then I'm gonna have to be on for at least another half an hour. Still 99p. Not bad. Not bad, Cash. I might need to take a wee trip to Farm Foods then. So imagine with gumbo, also not had it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is like a Southern States thing. You know what? We should all make it. We should all take a leaf out of Dan's book. Right? We're all going to make gumbo. Or we'll just meet up and go to that place that Cash was talking about. There we go. They have non-vegan lots of flavours too. Oh, I can't have non-vegan ice cream though, Cashy. You trying to kill me? Is that what it is? Is that what the plan is? You should befriend me after all this time and then take me out with ice cream? Rude. I would like to do that. I would like to come visit and get some gumbo. We'll get that arranged. Oh, I avoid it like the plague, Cashy. It kills me. Like, I found out even the smallest trace fucks me up. There was a wee tub of pesto pasta we had. No fucking idea. It had like just wee strips of mozzarella. I had a few forkfuls before I realised. I'm like, I recognise this taste. What the fuck is this? And I was like, let me check this. And mozzarella. I only had a few forkfuls, which is a fair bit of mozzarella. My god, man. Fucking Chernobyl in here. Like fucking meltdown. That was you before going vegan, just exist in a state of upset down. No, it's just bad. It was only a fairly recent thing, I know, which is annoying. It's just sad being hearing people's dietary issues. See, honestly, having a dairy one is so upsetting. Like, I can't have carbonara, but I love carbonara, and I just can't. I need to figure out a way to make a vegan one. I'm sure I can get some vegan cheese sauce or something to make my own, but I miss it. Lasagna. Oh, I miss lasagna. I miss lasagna. I make my own vegan lasagna, which is vegan cheese lasagna, which is nice, but it's, you know, it's just not quite the same. Kicked him when I was a teen, had hot chocolate with dairy milk one time, and my stomach was like, nope. See, I'm lucky. I really like oat milk. I think it's really nice. It's quite creamy, and I think it works really well with hot chocolate. I think it's Costa's doing a maple one just now. Aye, it's the cream based things. It's just cream, man. Oh, goat milk's fucking pink. I hate goat milk. Minging goat's cheese, nah. Proper coo's milk. Coo's cheese. Actually, I've never been that bothered with milk. It's cheese that I miss. Cheese and cream. I have to find a good vegan palm to make like a cashew or pepe, then let you know. Much the same as carbonara, but minus the eggs and meat. I do still eat. I'm not. Eggs are fine. I prefer like an omelette. Boiled eggs are fine. I do still eat meat, but I can go without. I mean, there's some really nice vegan stuff out there. Or an effort just to get a wee bit healthier. Aye. Gumbo though. Cashy. Me, you, Dan, anybody wants to join and we could date. Love eggs. Big egg guy and base little bunny. You like a good egg. What I think I've asked this before, what was your favourite type of egg? It's like omelets good. The Cathedral City Mature Cheddar. Where did I get that? I think I've tried that one. Yes, I did get Cathedral. Cathedral's quite nice. I do like that. I think I usually go for Violife. I think it's just Violife grated is quite good. Takes an age to melt right enough, but cashew e pepe. Oh, see, poached eggs are good. It's just they take a lot to make. Fried is usually on the side up and all that. Oh yeah. Used to enjoy scrambled only. Yeah, thanks. Scrambled's good. Scrambled's alright. I mean, I've been right in the mood for it. Like usually we have fry up, but it would be scrambled. Violet's good all round, a bit of the melting. Just like the Cathedral City taste more. Aye, the Cathedral City is stronger. And more cheese-like. More cheese-like than Violife anyway. At least we have alternatives. It's not like we just have to go with it. This is our second egg chat in as many weeks. Yep. We all like a good egg, Dan. What's your favourite type of egg, Dan? What is it? What's your go-to egg of choice? Used to make green eggs by adding pesto and feta to scrambled eggs. I mean, without the feta, but love pesto, man. Pesto's so nice. Omelette. Cheese and onion. I like just like a plain cheese and onion. Wee bit of Tommy sauce. Perfect, man. Perfect. The Tongman's costume last. That's what it was. Yeah. Should answer Tenga. And there's a whole egg tier list. Do you actually have a whole egg tier list? Because I would like to see that done. How many different types of eggs can you make? Scrambled, fried, boiled. Right, then the thing is like the hard boiled and soft boiled count as two different ones, different consistency. Fried. I've lost track. There's a lot of eggs. Poached, did I say poached? There's a lot of eggs. See, that's what I wasn't sure, because they are boiled eggs. It's just the consistency's different. But good to know. Because one you could just have hard boiled, you just eat it. Soft boiled, like dipping. We are toasted soldiers. Yes. Fuck, I might have dippy eggs for breakfast. I've got two of the best egg cups downstairs with two wee flamingos. Fucking love them. Love them. Omelette and fried, scrambled, poached, baked, boiled. I'll get the more specific types like frittata will be here all day. That's a good starting point. Omelette is good. Fuck me, man, really? At least you kind of see the flashing. It's like, fucking there, man. Scrambled is the best. Nice. Scrambled's like, see if you want eggs, but you want like kind of minimal. Actually, no, I wouldn't even say that's minimal. Boiled would be the easiest choice to do. So it's just, and you go. Only difference I've ever had with scrambled is with or without cheese. I suppose you could put anything in it, I guess. Boiled is two modes. Shite, not shite. True. Scramble has some diversity. I respect it. I feel like it's a choice for people who don't like eggs that much. Maybe. Doing eggs if you don't like them. You need them with you need them. See, if you're going to have a fry up, don't like the eggs, then tough. You need the eggs. You need to have some sort of egg there with fry up. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? What am I even talking about? Oh yeah, about Ariel dying. Like a beautiful egg salad with hard boiled. Aye, okay. Yeah, that's good. Egg is the veg of the fry up. Don't mention tomato or mushrooms. Nah, no tomato or mushrooms. What I don't mind, I'm not a big fan of tomato, but the way my granny makes fry up, rather than using like oil, she'll use a tin of chopped tomatoes and she'll cook stuff in that. It's honestly, see with like Thai scone cooked in tomatoes. Oh, good man. Good shit. Love my granny's fry-ups. Love tomatoes and mushrooms in the fry-up. Nah, sorry. I think people fuck it the most. The mushrooms and the tomatoes. You can easily make mushrooms far too slimy. Just no. Back to the granny. You balked. Yeah. Have you tried it? Have you tried it, Dan? If you haven't tried it, you're gonna have to. Like, before you knock it, before you start dissing my granny, right? You'll have to try it. I'm just gonna have to have everybody up. I'm just gonna make like about 20 versions of a fucking fry up, and you're all gonna try it. You want a whole fry up tasting like canned toys? Huh? Canned toys. As. Stuff. These canned tomatoes, that's shit. Yeah. You take it out my granny, right? Well, fuck it, the lot of yous. She wouldn't know. Anyway. But I really actually, this is a pure segue from food, but I'm thinking, I always keep thinking, I really need to have people up here, right? I've been here since April. March or April. No one's in my house. I've not had a housewarming of any kind. I've never had people up. Balance had one of our pals up and that's it. The rest it's been like my sister, my nephew. My mum and dad's been up once. From an area of worst food, you snail cook. Oh, I've seen old cookbooks. My mum and dad still have like old cookbooks that I think belong to my nana. My granny's mum on my mum's side. These are like proper old school. You could like I think they used to be white, and then now they're like yellow. Discuss how she's keeping it speaking jelly. Yep, all the gelatin. Yeah, right. I grew up like fucking nothing. So if I got handed square sausage and it was in jelly, I'd be like, give me. I'll take it. That's fine. See, that's, I don't know. Oh, it's just all the gelatin, man. All of it. I'm not a fan. I can just about manage the kind of jelly in like wee pot pies. Only a tiny amount. There's something that's just fucking packed like half an inch worth of just jelly in between like pastry and meat. No. Too much. No, I was gonna head you. Oh, fuck, I'm lost again. What are we talking about? So kind of cop like, why is this scrolling up? I'm scrolling down. Do I help morale? Guess investigation goes right. Eddie, no! Eddie, no! Yeah, yeah, I don't get why it needs to be and everything, because it's like, I'm sure it must have been used as like a kind of like a preservative at some point, but we've moved past that now. Like, it doesn't have to be jellified, and I don't think it can't be that great for dogs either. Like all the kind of like, well, all the adverts you see that are claiming to be like kind of fresh, proper dog food don't ever seem to have jelly. Maybe like a bit of like kind of gravy or something, to kind of, obviously for wet food. But it seems to be less about jelly now. I think you just stop. Just stop. No jelly. We're all good. Just have nice food. Sure, we could all manage that now. No jelly for Cashy. No savoury jelly at any kind. To be sweet or not at all. Sorry, Cashy. Right. We're done with the jelly chat. Only talk about nice food. We're putting Cashy off pizza. We're going to put Dan off the gumbo. It just isn't fair. Just because me and Saib had our dinner. Gonna grab a snack. Not savoury jelly. No. Good. Right. Bad food chat is done. Sai's gonna have a snack. Dan's about to have gumbo. Cashy is in the middle having the pizza. I've got my water. Please don't taste anything. No idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. Can't wait for your own death. Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you. Victim. What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Jima's parents died a long time ago. Left there all alone, no siblings and anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone. It looked like the home of an old noble family. Sorry. It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent, living in a house like that. And that bias I was talking about. He's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. And that's a bias too. Right, he got you there. Never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah. Jimmy was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school, for 10 years. He just started talking about getting married. What's her name again? She showed me a picture once. It was a beautiful woman. That's so. You're terrible for her. She may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. You should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may be his only confidant. I'm sure someone in the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss, I looked at the case that Ajima was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Ajima working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name is Michio Jiraishi. She was a second-year student in Komagata High School. It seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. She's been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. There must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. She visited her home and spoke to her parents, but he said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. Now she's dead. And it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking at this Michio Shiraishi again. Must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life, but ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. See, you're thinking it may have had something to do with his death? Well. Oh, not well, we'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, well, let's check with the police department about that tomorrow too. And what was the other case he was working on? This one, also related to Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She used to be the leader of a group of kids who got up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Jimmy had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then, he met with the girl that day he died. Well, what he said, was it? I think I read that wrong. He met with the girl the day he died. Right, I did read that right. Well, every school's got its problems. I'm sure to be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right, just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. We act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. We'll have to interview her too. Ah yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask somebody to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. We hired you for play a little boy's charm on them if need convincing. Ah yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they prefer me over a scary looking old man like you, boss. Shit. Though you're superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit, is that how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. It's probably just me, actually. Ah, well. Don't think you get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Are you even listening? Got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Cool. So, body found, estimated time of death was 2 days prior, about 11 AM. So he's died 2 days ago and they found him now. Acute heart failure, case unknown, signs of a struggle found at the scene, efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiancé of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School that the deceased had contact with as a person of interest. Just realised they did have the blueberry magnums and didn't get it. You know what that means though, Kashi? You just have to have another trip to Farm Foods. That's what that means. I'm gonna make this a wee bit bigger. I feel like I keep doing that. Oh, that one. Every time it chat appears. And yeah, that's not too unsettling, is it? This me being this close, this big. There's only 4 magnums resisting, they were right next to them. Hey, you messed up. Just an opportunity to go back. It's all good. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy's done. From what we've seen though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. I think this is a cursed bed or thing. Since he had no record of chronic illness and no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Die in the middle of the park like that. The illness seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, and as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. A lot of people try to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only thing Hajime had in him were his badge and his wallet in his pocket. So we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people... Oh, wrong voice. Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. Some well-drawn dead folk in it. Yeah, the details are very good, aren't they? So they just went in, so just want to make, so you know, right? Oh, did. Let me know it was like, oh, are they faking it? No, they're definitely not faking. Started Juro once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. Body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 PM the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? A lot of drama, almost motion and something so still. Like out when the drowned folk at the start. Yeah, definitely. Wait to have a gumbo and watch a crap movie. Not a problem. Enjoy the gumbo, enjoy the movie. Let us know how the gumbo goes. Let us know how the movie went as well. Bye. Enjoy. Oh, aye, which before you go, if you're still here, which film? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate and it'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. I would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Kojima would trespass for no reason, since it seems like someone else was here for them. They have called him here. Well, that does seem likely. Must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. Generally, a Hansel and Gretel edgy witch hunter film from like 2012. Ooh, I've never seen it, but I've seen trailers. So I am the same. I forgot that existed until I mentioned it right there. Well, I hope it's not too crap. I hope you enjoy. I hope it's a wee bit of fun. It will be like one of those like just middle of the road films. You're like, you know what? You know, it's a fun time. Fun time. You want it to be so shite. If you go in, actually no, see if you go in with the highest of expectations, it'll be shite. Don't go in with the lowest, because then you'll be like, actually that wasn't too bad, and that'll just annoy you. So go in thinking this should be Oscar worthy. This film, best script, best music, best acting, best direction. Go in thinking this is the film to end all films, right? And then you won't be disappointed, and you can go on hating Jeremy Renner after that. Right? So somebody led him here. It's got something in secret, and then they go into a fight. No, that would match the cause of death. There were no wounds in the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. Help must have planned something. You think it was meditated? That would mean Jim went to the park with the intent to kill him. Well, there's still the possibility there was just some kind of accident. Or maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. Should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the first division, boss. What was it, my work? You're like a god to me. You're the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. Looking up the artist. Oh, the best of 8 trio. Have a look. Oh, it does have the lips. Like, hold on, let's make this bigger. Let's I set this up so I could quickly do this. Boom. Look at it. Marvelous. Why is that? Oh, wait, I know. Set this up for the wheel, that's why, but you get the gist. It's all there. It's all there. But oh, you can't see the cursor. Oh wait, there it is. Whoops. That's good. Same else behind. Ooh, I can't remember what that stands for. But near of, but we'd like to. That's good. I like that. Thank you, Sai. And what is it that stands for again? The world ends with you. Right, thank you. Oh, damn it, didn't make it click. We were saying that ever since you first entered the academy. What? I'll write that down and have a wee look sign. I need to play a good game. I'll say that I'm playing a good game. I mean, like in my non-streaming time. Because I was going through all the Shinobi games, and I finished that last Shinobi game, and I hate finished it. But Nightshade's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, and I've started it, and I'm halfway through, and I'm not hating it as much, but not great. 12 is DS, and the sequel. That's right. So I could get a hold of the first one then. But excuse me, that's what you're saying. And whenever I finally get a Switch, then I can play it. They're talking for ages. They are talking quite like it's the fact they're talking over a dead body. That's the kind of that's the thing for me. There's a dead body just off screen. Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first just as I was assigned to it. So get into a case list now, just the two of us. Dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that. Well, how should I put it? What is it? That's true. I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going to stay now, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. Man. Talking about old age. I mean, wow, but your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Really? Funny. I've been wowed by you too. That doesn't sound like a compliment. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What's wrong with you? Finding my personal life all of a sudden. It's just, I've never had to talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it. That's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. So then... Oh, you're relentless. You got a daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. Was never home much. Too focused on work. Come home late, only get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. It's sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ariel. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? The nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it. Not unless you're involved with police work themselves. Or related to someone who is. Oh wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I would have talked about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean this way, the way it sounds, but how old is she? God. Yeah, the colleague of all people. The colleague, Kashi. The dead colleague, like, probably in between them right now. Geez, you don't already quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's, well, she's a bit rough around the edges. Most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, college student. Men love an educated lady. The whole... It's like, yes, educated woman. Like, seriously. Ariel, come on. All that. What kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? Love her on their own, no way. Must worry about her. Living by herself and going to college at the same fucking time? No. Aye. Definitely rough around the edges, eh? Worry. I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you? Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere? I would not. I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but I'm sure you have a soft side. I'm loving it when women are smart too, absolutely. Fucking absolutely. Sai. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Are we? Oh, that reminds me. If you were married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Najima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? I read that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. Oh, there's your connection then. Between Satsumi and Haru. I say Haru. All that was just cracking the case, finding a guy. All just happenstance. Really ran not think about it. It was a stubborn case. Did it make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? Dad, we were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. We had overlooked one little thing, we never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been their first, but may have stuck Fumichika and Nejimi in a cell, but there was no victory. They always had the upper hand. And all that damage you did to everyone involved, especially the victims' classmates. It's already been 20 years, eh? Damn it. That's why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. He apologises a lot. You could just not. With all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. Not you too. I'm hearing about that shit everywhere. You have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's nothing to do with our job. Well... You don't think the occult stuff of this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe cut it out. Nothing good could come of getting involved with that rite of whatever or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. Get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy, not real. Don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Oh, yeah, blah 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 blah. Got a bad feeling about this case. My gut's really wrong. Two things in defence of them yapping. Hear it, Sai. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment they were dragged into it. Talked about it. Oops, that's the wrong button. Can I look at... Oops. Missing something. Oh, scene. There we go. It feels longer because we stopped this tracking. The real me? That doesn't sound right, Si. Where the victim was found, it's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. Once the incident like this has come to pass, there's no one back. Not that knowing this is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for the night. See you tomorrow. Oh, what the fuck? God, what is that? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it. It was that case all along. Boss, what is it? There's something over there. Ugh. Such deep sorrow. Damn it, I wasn't finished reading. Those are deceived at all sorts of... Kill them. Kill them. Those who spread lies, kill them all. The other is these two are newly acquainted, includes a colleague who like the connections and the reason that they're put together. Oh yeah, because they're just recently. You've acquired the power of the cursed stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Wrong thing. Once upon a time in North Ukurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yusida Gardens. Area was definitely asking a bit too much, but also that's common deflection. I mean, asked himself. That, yeah, I think that's fair. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beech residence. Somehow no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumours spread out of the eternally green tree, it became known as the evergreen beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to state that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. Cursed power. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the cursed bearer with false statements. Yep. A resentful memory. The evergreen beech. Go to the beach. He deceived us with the so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark art swings from a rope. We thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimo's mansion lawn. I got it. I got the Nicki Minaj reference. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the Yukio boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. I said that weirdly, but I'll go the right words. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime. The dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days, till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars with a rope wrapped around his whole body. Beech tree's leaves do not fall, neither did the man's body hanging from it. As the mansion's owner was not at home, another unfortunate event, people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumours persisted nonetheless. Oh, the game's too loud now. Right, we'll put it to like there now. Oh. Murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick, black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, Cursed-bearer? You so strongly desire the right? I thought it would have went to Ariel. Kill them. Because, like, Ariel's the one who's, like, ally with the guy? Anyway. Boss. Yeah, no, they are quite like stands at because it's like a kind of strong sense of like something of that kind of person, even though they're all kind of joined with the whole wanting to resurrect somebody. Aye, own unique powers, own rules. Exactly what I like. That this must have been inspired by stands. Like they're too closely kind of related to them not have been. Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry. I'm fine. Ario. Yeah? I have some bad news. Oh no, your Snelly is kicking in, isn't it? Oh, got trouble on our hands. Also, we'll be working some overtime. Not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Serious face like, what? I want to go home. I want my bed. Ooh, that seems like a nice natural stopping point. So we've yet to look at Yako Sakazaki. Hunt for the Cursed Bearers Part 1. So he knows, like, oh, this shit's real. This shit do be real. Can't progress that. So yeah, I feel like this is a nice kind of natural stopping point because it is 9:30. Need to get my voice right. Oh, but yeah, yeah, it, it is 9:30. Yeah. Do need to head. I need to get. I need to get into work early tomorrow, so I need to finish early so I can hit up town before it gets busy. Some shut and tie and all that jazz. Oh, anyway, let me go to one. There we are. I'm very, very much enjoying this. Why can't I? Oh, there's X. I need to save it first. Properly saved it. Right. Done. 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 Yes. Right. Yes, I am massively enjoying this. It is very good. I want to see how everything connects, because there's already there's some connections. And I didn't see how the rest of them connected, but they're getting there. They're all kind of like crossing together. The trouble I had with it is making it a slightly worse stream game than you thought. What do you mean? A lot of chat and nothing going on, more so than Zero Escape. No, I wouldn't say so far. No, I think I'm fine. I think it's fine. No, we're getting like, yeah. I'm trying to make it a wee more like a wee bit more exciting for you, so it's not just me reading with like voices and stuff. I don't know how that's working, but it's keep me more interested. I do like what's happening though, and it feels like a bit more talky at the start with nothing really happening, because it's obviously kind of setting up the characters. But I think once we get past those first chapters, when everyone has their cuss stones and becomes cuss bearers, I think it, well, you know, I'm just assuming, they might pick up a wee bit, but we'll see. It's a short game anyway, so it's not the worst thing. But I'm really enjoying it. They do stuff earlier, like the mute bit, and it's lost the chatting again. Visual novel, man. But wait, we knew this coming in. It's a book, basically. Visual novel. Not going to be big action set pieces, but that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. I actually think what is. Oh, we've got. You know what? After this, that's where the platforming action will come in. This is nice. We had Mario at Papers, Please, which the game was all a bit talky, but Paranormasight's good. All good. Like the end more gameplay. I get what you mean. I'm enjoying it though. I mean, I don't mind it. If you are enjoying it, like that's it. If you start getting bored of it, just tell me. we can move on, and I'll just enjoy it in my own time. But I don't mind streaming it. Very much liking it. This mix definitely fits it better. This fits the spooky season better. It does. So AI's is more gameplay, because AI's is kind of like is that like the escape room type thing, or more like kind of puzzle based than just having a lot of chat. But if he's want to move on, if he's don't want it, but I'm personally enjoying it. But you also try to change the Zero Escape High. I'll never get to that Zero Escape High again, will we? Nothing's going to come up to Zero Escape, unfortunately. But no, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I think the pics are still there. I don't know. We still got. Oh no, they. Oh, button. What's that one? Might play for another bit in a pro. Yeah, that's fine then. Another script rooms more interactive investigative scenes. Like, we do like some of that investigating. You know who's on? Villain is on. Let's go say hi, Villain. It's been a wee while. Right. Oh. Getting a kind of granular, it's just a pacing thing. Well, it's a shock. See if this was it for like 30 odd hours, then we're like, yeah, maybe we would skip. But you know what? No, it's all good. Right, we haven't seen Villian in a while. They're playing Tales of Mystria. Yeah, I will be back on. Is it Thursday this week? Yes, it's definitely Thursday. There's going to be like a couple of changes soon. Not next week, maybe the week after. Switch some days around for a wee bit. Oh, we don't need to worry about that just now because Thursday is going to be more Paranormasight. We're going to see what's happening with the rest of the detectives, and then we're going to move on to the girl that I can't remember the name of. I'm going to try and help her raise a pal from the dead. Anyway, have a good night. Enjoy whatever you're up to. I'll no doubt talk to you tomorrow. We've got Dylan's. Well, we've got Crash doing some Disco Elysium. We've got Dylan doing some Grand Theft Auto. Have a good day tomorrow. Now we're gonna go see Villainy. Take care. Enjoy. Be good. Catch you all in the next one. Bye.